Hello, my little beans. Fluffernutter here. I just got back from seeing Iron Lung in theaters, and I have to say, this movie blew me away with how good it was. I was very surprised with how well made it was. Now, I had no prior knowledge of the lore of the video game that this was based off of. I had actually just gotten done watching a gameplay of, Iron Lung the game. The movie I want to say is better than the game. The game I couldn't really get into what I saw of it. I will try to keep this as spoiler free as humanly possible, but I will include some minor details. The story is basically about this convict that is forced into this program where he has to do like an expedition in this blood ocean. Now this convict is played by, Markiplier, whose name in the film is Simon. And Simon basically has to find artifacts scattered around this blood ocean on this moon, I guess, no matter the cost as well. And upon, exploring, he discovers that he is not alone in the ocean, right? Like that there's life. And later on in the film, this life does kind of communicate with him, gets in his head, either telepathically or literally. Even though it's labeled as a horror movie, I didn't really get that vibe from it. I mean, yes, there is a lot of horror, themes going on and whatnot, but I didn't really get that from this movie. It was more of a suspense-driven film. I mean, the only real horror aspect is the fact that it makes you feel claustrophobic. And I like that. I like movies that use very little, but they build the suspense. I like grounded horror movies the best. Like The Snowman. I was called a horror, but it was more of a suspense movie. That movie was released a few years ago. Can't remember when, to be honest with you. And I also like how the film only is about him being in this submarine. Throughout the whole film, that's all it's about. Him in the submarine. It, like I said, makes you feel claustrophobic. And it was really well portrayed. And as the movie progresses, Simon gets scared once he realizes that there's life there and harmful ones at that. He wants out, but they don't let him out. And what I mean by them is the organization that pretty much just welded him into this, Iron Lung, hence the name. And you really start to feel the dread throughout his performance. Like, I was shocked with how well he can act, but at the same time, not really, because, I grew up watching him as well as Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie, all of them, but it was weird to see him on the big screen. That was the first thing. It was weird to see him on the big screen, but at the same time, I was really proud of him because he said, screw the Hollywood rules. I'm going to do my own thing, and he succeeded. He had balls of steel when he did this to me. I also like how they don't show the creature unless through they have these x-ray photos. That's the only way you really see the monster, except for one scene that I won't spoil. But again, they also play it like it's in his head, like the fear getting to him, and they go with flashbacks of his past, which is not that great. But basically, the only reason what I've gathered is he was wrongfully accused of a crime that he didn't really do. And I'm not going to say what that crime was, but because of that, that's why he was a convict, and that's why he was flung into this, job, pretty much, for his freedom, which the ending is very upsetting to me. But after watching, gameplay, it is accurate. I'm not going to say whether it was a good ending or a bad ending. It's up to you guys to determine that. To me, it was a very sad ending. But all in all, this movie was really well done. Like I said, I'm not going to really get into what happens because I want y'all to enjoy it on your first go. But basically, this is just my opinion on it. It was well made. I really hope that it actually comes to DVD. I heard rumors, looked at several sites to say that he is looking to bring it to DVD and Blu-ray, which it will be going there for sure. And I can't wait. Maybe this will be the final nail in the coffin to get him into the next FNAF installment. Wink, wink. Oh, he actually has potential in films. Wink, wink. Come on, Bloomhouse, get on this. Put him in FNAF 3. But the only problems that I do have with it is how he voiced like this father figure. I'm not sure if it was actual dad or if it was like a father of the universe. I don't know what he really was, but if you see it, you know what I'm talking about. I thought that was cheesy, but again, it's self budgeted and self produced, so I'm leaning on it. Stuff like that's gonna happen. Jack did make an appearance, but very brief. At first, I didn't notice it was him until Asher, who had brought to go see it as well, along with another friend, had pointed out, and I'm like, that was him? But it was so subtle that I didn't even realize. And that's what I like. They make the characters believable that well. And like Mark, I didn't see Mark, I saw Simon. It was that good. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. If you can. I know the theater that I went to, Cumberland 12 here in Plattsburgh, has like $5 Wednesdays for tickets. Definitely go see it if you're here or out anywhere. If anyone has it for a good deal, definitely do it. Even without the deal, definitely do it because it is worth it. Like I said, I hope it comes to DVD and or Blu-ray because it would be added to the collection quicker than flies on shit. It was definitely good. Recommend it. Mark, if you're watching, which I highly doubt, good job. It definitely was worth the wait. And I look forward to seeing you in other films. If you ever get another idea, go ahead because this, chef's kiss. But I'm gonna leave it there. Like I said, this was just a quick review. Fresh at that because I just gotten back from the theaters. And yeah, this is Fluffernutter signing off. Stay tuned, my little beans.